Hey guys, it's Down for Good again with another bad review. But actually, I have a positive review for this movie. Real quick, I'm gonna say this is spoiler warning, spoiler talk. I mean, if you haven't seen the movie at this point, you kind of, I don't know, like I feel like you've seen it already. But if you haven't, then go watch it because it was amazing. Now, I will say, if you're not into superhero movies or if you didn't like the first Avengers or stuff like that, if you're not really into this, you probably won't like this movie. I mean, it's not like this movie is bad. It's just you have to be in the universe because if you're not and you just watch this, it's still a good movie, I think. But there's so many characters that I feel like you wouldn't really know what's going on, and I would like to say that you kind of would because for the most part, it's kind of like explained like, oh, I'm Thor, and like, oh yeah, I lost my brother and all that. Or oops, spoiler right there, but I lost my dad, and I just lost my brother and all this shit. So like in the movie, stuff is explained like, yeah, my dad died, and like there's stuff that explains, but this movie's mostly about Thanos, which is dope. But anyways, even though I just spoiled that right there, obviously, like I just said, spoiler warning. I'm gonna talk about everything I can. I'm gonna try to make this quick though because I mostly just have positive things to say. The only thing negative is honestly it was too short. But I'll get in that in a minute though. But anyways, like I was saying, yeah, like if you look at this movie by itself, it probably isn't the best just because there's all these characters that are already developed. You can't develop 60 whatever how many ever characters in one movie. It's not possible unless it's like 8 hours or something. But obviously this is a Marvel movie, so I'm not doing that, and I wouldn't want them to because that's not the whole point. This is a 10-year thing that's come to this one movie, so it's like well two parts of the movie, but still it's like it. Yeah, if you haven't seen any Marvel movies or if you're not into it, then you're probably not gonna like it, and you might not know what's going on. But I mean, for the most part, even if you're a casual viewer of movies and you don't watch Marvel movies, I think you'll still like it, but you're not gonna enjoy as much. And for me, I think this movie is literally a perfect movie if you're on that like I don't want to say bandwagon, but if you're on that like train of like, oh yeah, I love the Marvel movies for the most part because I don't like all of them. I like most of them, I guess, but some of them I did not care for. Like you've seen my Black Panther review, I I tore that apart. Even though I at the end of the day I liked it more than I hated it, I guess. But as far as like Marvel movies go, I'd say that this is the best one. I mean, it's kind of hard to because this movie's is so fast paced because there's so much going on. And that was my only gripe with the movie. I would honestly give this like maybe a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10. I might lower it later, but like I don't know. I've seen it twice. And if you haven't seen it in IMAX, I'd recommend seeing it. And I've heard people say, oh, well, most theaters aren't actual true, 70 millimeter IMAX because this whole movie was filmed completely with IMAX cameras. So they're like, oh, you're not going to get the full IMAX experience. But I mean, it's way better than anything else, even Dolby Vision, because Dolby Vision doesn't show the extra frames or not frames, extra screen aspect ratio. Because I actually did like research, I was like, what should I get? Or Dolby, whatever it's called, Dolby Cinema, or IMAX, or Cine Capri, or Cinema One, all this stuff that I've seen. That's because I'm in Arizona, and from what I've seen, the only thing you can see the full aspect ratio is IMAX, and it looks amazing. So I saw it in regular, and I saw it in the Dolby Cinema, and I saw it in IMAX, and IMAX is just as far as the colors go, the Dolby Cinema is better, but IMAX has better aspect ratio, so it's like more you can see more, so it's just a lot better. So I'd recommend watching IMAX. It was like what $15. It was totally worth it because no, regular movie tickets are 10 like $10 $12, so like $5 $6 more. It's worth it. I mean, the visual effects are amazing. It's funny because Black Panther, I was talking about how some of the visual effects were like bad, and this movie is so much better. Like I don't know. And I mean, a lot of other Marvel movies are better than Black Panther visual effects wise. But anyways, yeah, the visual effects in this movie are amazing. It looks so nice, and of course, like you want to see it in IMAX. Everything it's such a crazy scale. Like everything's amazing. I don't know. All I have to say, it's just an amazing movie. Like there's not really much to say. Like if you've seen it, you kind of know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, like I said, go check it out. But man, I can't really like. There's not really much to say. Like I was thinking about making a review for this right after I saw it, but I mean, I was just gonna suck its dick the whole time. Like I don't know what to say like as a review, like other than to go see it because it's dope. Like this movie's just a perfect movie to me, just because it's just everything it does. It does so well because it's like, oh, remember Spider-Man? Oh, you know how he makes pop culture references and all that. Oh, well, we're gonna use that again, but this time we're gonna like do this and this and the whole Footloose shit where it's like you talk. Oh man, tell him about the fucking how you saved the galaxy with the dance off. And he's like, you're talking about Footloose? It's like, yeah. you've seen that movie? Is it still the best movie of all time? It never was. It's like a whole dynamic when they're all like just being funny. That shit is so dope. Like I love that. That's so dope. Like because that's never been done before. I mean, maybe like the monster movies of like the 30s and 40s, they're like a Universal movies, but like not to like some super big scale like this, where because everyone's seen this movie, or at least a lot of people have seen this movie. I mean, it made 250 million the first day, I think, or like the first weekend, like it's which is insane because it's number one right now, like right away, which is great. But I just can't wait for part two. But anyways, yeah, like I love this part where he's just like, wait, what master do you serve? And he's like, what am I supposed to say, Jesus? Like, are you from Earth? No, I'm from Missouri. That's Earth, dipshit. Like all that stuff. Like that. Oh man, the comedy is so gold in this movie. Like, and I mean, I've seen a bunch of other people review this movie, and the only things I've heard negative were some people were saying, "Oh, well, Drax was just a dumb idiot this whole time, and his character is not as funny, or his character is not like it used to be." And I was like, "Are you serious?" Literally, the description for Drax, if you look him up, I think on like the Marvel website or something like that. I forgot where it was, but it literally was like a dumb brute who has good strength. Even in the comics, he was like an idiot, but he was strong, and like that's literally. They're like, oh well, now he's just slapstick kind of stuff, humor, and it's like that's kind of who he is when he's dealing with someone stronger than him. He's gonna look like that because that's literally his character. Like that's his description. And there's other things where people are like, oh well, they're gonna bring all the superheroes back anyways, and it's like, well, yeah, no shit. Obviously, they're not gonna fucking. I mean, there's another Black Panther, there's another Spider-Man. Like, you think they're really gonna kill off all the people? But if anything, that's why I thought it was so dope about the movie because I thought they're gonna kill off Iron Man, they're gonna kill off Captain America because their contracts were up apparently, but it was so much better because I didn't see it coming, and not even because I didn't see it coming, but because I just realized, wow, they're gonna take us back 2012 style to the original Avengers. Only all the original Avengers are still alive, so in part two, they're gonna have to figure out what to do to like get to kill Thanos or to try to reverse time. And the thing about this movie that's so dope is I actually read the comics, and it's funny because the comics are cool because it's just I don't know, it's hard to explain. The comics are so much more grander, which is insane because the comics has like X-Men, Fantastic Four, obviously the Avengers, like Spider-Man, like it has everybody fighting Thanos, and they all just get wiped out. And I recommend like reading the actual comics, but if you want to read but the thing is, if you Google search Infinity War, that's a different comic. And it's funny because Infinity War is actually a comic where Thanos is like kind of a good guy, essentially, like he's on their team. But the actual comic that this is, I'm pretty sure, like based off of for the most part, is Infinity Gauntlet. But in Infinity Gauntlet, he already has all the stones, where in this movie he's collecting all of them and all that. So I'd recommend reading Infinity Gauntlet, especially if you've seen the movie, because there's a lot of cool things that you can see. But I don't know why I said that, because it's free online to read if you go in like Infinity Gauntlet full, like there's like comics.com or some shit that you can read the whole thing. But anyways, no, what I was saying is the only negative things I've heard about this movie. Oh my god, this review is gonna be a lot longer than I thought. The only negative things I've heard about this movie so far are stuff that are just dumb, nitpicky shit. And another thing was like, oh yeah, no, I almost forgot to say, yeah, the fact that all the new superheroes died, I thought that was dope. And that was so heartbreaking when Spider-Man's like, I don't want to go yet. I was like, oh, shed a tear. Like that was so, I was like, fuck, that really hurt. Like that's so sad. Like, and Iron Man was like the only one left there. And how Drax was all like, Quill, and he just disappears, and he's like, do we lose? Like that shit was just such a good ending. And then of course with Thanos smiling in the distance, like I've succeeded. Like that was such a good, fuck yeah, that was the best ending ever for like a superhero movie where they just lose. It reminds me of like Empire Strikes Back, where it's like we fucking lost. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna, come back? And it was just dope. But anyways, yeah. Another thing it was getting negative review for was like they're like, oh well, Doctor Strange said that he there was one possibility where they won. How come he didn't see that? Or how come he didn't go far enough to see Star-Lord getting pissed? And I don't think they realized that one, he was lying. This is what I think because there's different speculation, but I feel like it's pretty obvious he was lying. You can kind of, and I've rewatched it because the thing is when you watch it more than once, because I've seen it 3 times now, you pick up on stuff like, oh, okay, I see. And it's funny because when you ask him how many did we win, he's like he thinks for a second because he doesn't want to tell Iron Man that he didn't win any from what I thought. And he says just one. And of course when they try that just one, he gives up the time stone and he's like, why did you do that? All like sad, and he's all like, it was the only way, like. Which some people are saying, oh well, that means that he knew what was gonna happen, and somehow, the second movie, it plays in the second movie, and he saw that essentially he saw the second movie if you think about it, and he knew that they were gonna win by themselves, which I guess that makes sense, and that's obviously what's gonna happen, But I thought I kind of liked the more idea better that, which is more like like more dark, but I kind of like the another like the other way look around of it where it's like, nah, you want none of them, and he was just like, well, either give up the time stone or do a time loop, which isn't gonna work. He's too strong. I don't know, but maybe I'm crazy. But I just thought it was dope that he was just lying. He's like, nah, we didn't win any. I just lied. I just had to give it up because I didn't want you to die or whatever. Like he was just sacrificing the time stone for for Iron Man, which is kind of dumb because I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I should edit this part out. No, anyways. But yeah, like most of the things I saw that were just like negative, I thought was dope. I love the whole Rocket and Thor thing with Groot, and he's all like, "Come on, Rabbit!" Like all that shit was dope. Man, I just got a positive thing to say. There's not really anything negative. One thing I could say is, man, if you're not a fan of the Marvel movies, or if you haven't seen them and you don't care about it, you're probably not gonna like it. I mean, I liked it. I don't like all the Marvel movies. I'm not a big fan person, to be honest. I mean, I didn't like the first Captain America. I didn't really care about the first Thor, the second Thor. I love the new Ragnarok. That was dope. But I don't know, like this movie is just it's just great. Like you have to see it. And the best thing about it is this is the first movie in a long time, actually since Blade Runner 2049. But before that, a long time that actually, as soon as it was over, I was like, I want to see it again, like right now. Like I was like, I need to rewatch that right now. And literally, in like within 12 hours, cause I watched it like at 10 p.m. So I got out at like midnight. Within 12 hours, I watched it again, and I was like, this is dope. And like I got certain things. Then I watched it again with Movie Pass because the first two times, one of it was IMAX 3D, which was amazing, and it's totally worth the money. It was like 16 something, but like I said, completely worth the money. And the second time was just the Dolby Vision or whatever, Dolby Cinema, which was dope, but it wasn't 3D, so it was kind of. But I mean, it had better color and better like high dynamic range or whatever, like the dark net blacks and everything like that. But anyways, and the third time I seen it in regular cinema, and it looked good, but I mean like it's such a crazy difference, like the regular 235 print to the IMAX version. It's like damn, it's a huge difference. Like you can watch the IMAX trailers on YouTube and you'll see, yeah, it's a huge difference. But anyways, I'd say check this movie out. It's amazing. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna keep that rating just because the only like I was main reason of this video. The only thing I was gonna say that would be negative of it is I felt like it was too short because there were so many scenes I was like, okay, this is dope, this is funny, like I love this banter, their dialogue, and all of a sudden it would get cut, or no, it would cut to like the other part of the plot because it had to, and I was like, fuck, like I wish that scene where Star-Lord and Iron Man fighting because they don't know who each other are was like at least a minute longer because that would have been dope, like more gadgets thrown out, like more shit, like that was like my issue with the whole movie was I wish like certain scenes, if anything, every single scene was longer because I feel like it was cut down because it was 2.5 hours, which is not that fucking long. Like I feel like this movie should have been like a 3 hour King Kong type shit where it's just 3 hours, and it was just like, oh man, these scenes are a little longer, so you get more time to just like understand what's going on. But not even that, but just man, just more dialogue and just more action sequences because there was so much, but like there were certain parts where it's just like, man, the trailer showed a lot more. Like when Thor gets his hammer or his axe or whatever, it's like, oh, there's a part where he electrocutes it, but no, that was cut out. He just immediately shows up to the Battle of Wakanda. Just certain things, it's like, man, I wish they had more. I feel like, which I mean, I don't know, maybe I feel like they Suicide Squatted it, not like that, but to a point where it's like it's a lot shorter than it should have been. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's not really that big of a gripe because it still was amazing. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if they made it longer, it'd have been boring, and maybe they wouldn't be able to pull it off. But I think that's bullshit. I think if it was like 3 hours long, it would have been way better just because you would have got more dialogue with Star-Lord and Tony being like dicks with each other, and more of Doctor Strange and all that, more of the awesome fights, and just because yeah, Doctor Strange, when he one-on-one battles Thanos because everyone else is like preoccupied for that 1 second, his battle's like 30 seconds long. He does like the thing where he tries to throw him in the mirror dimension and all that shit, and he does a little yoga poses and like turns into like 100 Doctor Stranges and everything. Like that was it. Like it lasted like 30 seconds, and I was like, fuck, couldn't you show me more? Like, which sucks, but it is what it is. But other than that, yeah, this movie's great. I'd say watch it. I'm gonna see it again too. I don't know how many times I'm gonna see it because I feel like it will get dull after a while because it is 2.5 hour movie, and after once a point when you keep on seeing it, it gets dull. Because I remember when I saw The Force Awakens, I saw it like 9 times, and like the 9th time I was like, you know what, maybe I made a mistake. But this movie has such good replayability because all the action scenes are so interesting and like so shot well. But yeah, I don't know, like maybe Maybe I'll find something to gripe about it later, but for the most part, I think it was amazing, and I can't see any negative reviews. I don't know why anyone would review this negatively unless they haven't seen the other Marvel movies or they're not a fan of Marvel. And man, I would just want to see the look on DC's fucking face right now with them failing the Justice League, and this movie making 250 million the first day. I swear it was the first day. Maybe it was weekend, Friday or Saturday and Sunday and Friday and Thursday with all that. Or no, Friday and Saturday, because Sunday is the beginning of the week. Maybe it was Thursday night too. Yeah, but whatever. Anyways, 250 million. I think it's like 256 right now million so far. I'd have to double check that because it's only Monday. But anyways, like damn, this movie was amazing. Like not really much to say about it. Like everything about it was dope. I even liked the Black Order. They felt kind of weak in it, to be honest. Because before this movie came out, I've watched a bunch of like who was the Black Order videos, and they would say like, oh, from the comics. But it sucks because everyone knows in the comics, like Thanos, when Captain America shows up to him, like that would not happen. He would not be able to hold his glove. It would just be like you're dead. Like 'cause in the comics, he doesn't. I don't know if he dies. I don't remember if he dies, but like because it's not obvious, but like he smacks Captain America in like a second, just a quick smack, and he's already gone on the floor. And they don't say if he's dead or not, but I'm pretty sure he died in that part in the comic. But I mean, it's dope. Like what they do to fix everything in the comic was kind of cool, and I wonder if they're gonna do that in the part two. But hopefully they'll do something kind of different because I already read the comic and that'd be kind of whack because I would already know it's coming. But man, I just love this movie. I love what they did with it. They did a bunch of turns, killed a bunch of people. It was awesome. Everything I expected and more. Like it's not really much to say. Like watch the trailer and you'll see like this shatters expectations. All this shit. Like it's just amazing. Like I don't know. So go check it out. Damn, this has been a long review, and of course, I call this a bad review because it's unedited. It's kind of like a podcast if you think about it. It's just me saying, oh, I watched this movie. Here's my review of it, unedited, unfiltered, just because I'm lazy. And I'm not gonna edit it, but I mean, what is this gonna get? Like 20 views? Like it's not really worth it, and I don't really care that much. This is just for me to get it off my chest, I guess. But anyways, yeah, it was a dope movie. Check it out. I feel like this is just a repeat. I'm just saying the same shit. You guys have a great day. Like, subscribe, whatever, all that dumb shit. Also, I made a movie with my homie. Check it out. It's called Breaking and Entering. It's on this channel. It took us a long time to make it. It's actually like 2 years old, but I remastered it. I re-edited it like a bunch. It's only like 40 minutes. It's in 4K too, so go check it out. And yeah, you guys have a great day. Later.